So, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing my top 10 SH figuarts that I got this year. That doesn't necessarily mean they were released this year, as a lot of them weren't. I just got into the line this year, so a lot of them are going to be older figures, most likely, that came out a little bit prior. But that's just how it is. I usually do that with the Transformers as well. It's not really a big deal. But as far as it goes, we do have honorable mentions. Obviously, we need to do some of those, as it's only 10. I have 45. I counted. I have 45 releases, so that is how many I have, and we only have 10 of those to select from, and that is from the 3 lines that I own, but, well, I only have 1 Bleach figure. I have 8 Naruto figures, and I have the rest in Dragon Ball. So I'm going to take a look at the honorable mentions first pretty quick and just talk about why they're honorable mentions. First up, we have Frieza. He's really good. I do like this Frieza a lot. This is the older one, not the new ones. This is the 2018, I think it is, release. It's one that actually comes with the effect parts. I paid a little too much for him, I will not lie to you. It was actually pretty cheap at the time, but, I mean, the new one's out there. It's the same thing. It's just a little bit painted differently. It's, I believe, a little more gray than white, which, if I do need another one, I know where to go. This one is pretty good, even though it was secondhand. It also has all the effect parts, so everything's pretty well there. He's just in his pose. I took him off his stand, if I'm being honest, because he's on a stand with 2 other figures, so a little bit difficult to get them all down. But there's Frieza. He is our first honorable mention. Second honorable mention is SH Figuarts Kakashi. I do love this figure, but he is remaining off of the list just due to the issues that he does have. That includes the wrist pegs. They get stressed really easy. It's not just my copy, it's everybody's. The wrists just suck on this figure. They just don't peg on as nicely as they should. I had to file down the parts of them. It's still kind of scary, so he might just remain as a guy who gets posed around occasionally, but I don't play around with him. Also lost his little head tie because it falls out really easy. Luckily, he has 2 of them, so I just didn't put that one on because I don't want to lose the other one. But other than that, I mean, he is really good, and I do like this figure a lot. He just looks so good, in my opinion. And for the third honorable mention, we have Super Saiyan God Goku. And he's here because I just wanted to put a Goku on the list. I own so many of this mold, but this one's probably my favorite. He is really good. There's just a lot to like about him. He does have a lot of nice detailing. The shading's great. I do like that they actually made this orange, like his gi, instead of the typical skin color that they usually put there. It makes no sense for it to have like a sleeve and then it's just arm. It's really weird. I don't know why they always did that, but they did fix it with this version of the figure, and I think he does look quite good. And that is Super Saiyan God Goku. On to the next ones. And for our next honorable mention, who is more or less here because he just got here. I think he would have made this list if I had got him earlier in the year. Orochimaru is impeccable, to say the least. I haven't reviewed him yet, because he's so new. I got him on the 30th. So that is why he is not being included, is because of how new he is. He might show up on next year's list. Who knows? But as of this year, I'm putting him here. He has amazing accessories. He looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with this figure, if I'm being honest. It's just that he's so new, I didn't want to put him in the list. That's exactly why he's not on the list. And the same goes for the next one. And the last honorable mention is Itachi from the Naruto top line. Yeah, he just looks amazing. That soft goods cloak is amazingly good. At first, I was kind of on it, but once you get him posed with it and the sleeves kind of roll back because the sleeves are a little long, it looks great. Like, it looks awesome. I love the look of this figure. I mean, the accessories he comes with are great, except for the sword with the sheath. I wish it would just, you know, the sword could unpeg or something. It's kind of weird how they did that, honestly. But I do think he does look great nonetheless. They didn't miss anything on him. I think he's awesome. And again, same boat as Orochimaru, as the fact that, yeah, he's just too new. That I can't put him on the list because of how new he is. That is just how I'm going to do it. He came in at the end of the year. They're eligible for next year. Both of them are. But as of right now, they're honorable mentions. Up first at number 10 for the list, we have Future Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. Now, it was between this and the Z-Trunks, obviously, and in my opinion, I like this one more. The Z-Trunks is great, don't get me wrong, it's really close, but I just love everything about this figure. As much as I prefer Z-Trunks' design, there's just a lot for me to like about this figure. How they did the whole sword sheath, which is a lot better than the other one. I do prefer that the actual sword goes in the newer Trunks holder, but as far as it goes with like how it connects and everything, way better. The accessories he comes with, he just comes with insanely good accessories, if I'm being honest. Alternate head, an alternate face for his alternate head. He has all the correct hands. He has a blast effect part. He has the big spirit sword. He just has everything he should have had, and that's kind of one of the things. But again, it's just the design, really. I'm not as much of a fan of this design as the original Z-Trunks, much like a lot of people. This is the worst of the two designs. It's just not the best comparatively, but it is still an awesome looking figure and still a great figure. He's a bit more expensive now, but still doesn't mean he's not great. Coming in at number 9 of all figures, Dr. Gero, Android 20. Yeah, I like this thing a lot. It's one of those ones that just is a complete figure. Again, has everything it should have. It has extra accessories for the full power Goku. It also has extra accessories that come with Yamcha that make him even cooler. And I mean, he's just a great figure nonetheless. Like, everything about him, he looks great. He poses well. The only issue he really has that kind of holds him back is the big puffy hair. It really hampers his head articulation. But other than that, I mean, he has great articulation. That's the big issue, is the hair. That's not even a joke. Everything is sculpted well. He moves well. He looks good. He comes with everything he had to come with. There's no issues, and I can wholeheartedly recommend him if you want him. He's one of those guys that I think is easily skippable, if I'm being honest, as great as he is. I basically bought him because I wanted Yamcha, and Yamcha had parts for him, so I was like, you know what, we'll just get the parts, and that's what we'll do with him. But I ended up liking him 10 times more than Yamcha. Yeah, he's just great. He's a great figure, and he's coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Krillin, Earth's strongest man, and yeah, he's really good as well. Again, he's a small figure, so I actually managed to pack in a lot of stuff. His biggest issue is that he doesn't come with a smiling face, which is it's a random issue that they constantly have now. He comes with his Destructo Disc effect part, which definitely was not reused for Full Power Frieza. It was not. It was not. But as far as he goes himself, I just think he looks great. There's not really much wrong with him. The design's great. His accessories are pretty much unmatched. It's just down to the fact he doesn't have that smiling face. Otherwise, he's basically solved the issue with the sleeves as well, which is how they should do a 3.0 Goku if they ever do one. But at this point, I'm just so far gone, why would I want a 3.0 Goku? There's just too many. There's just too many. But Krillin himself is a great figure. And I think that if you are into the Dragon Ball line and you don't have him, you're missing out. He's genuinely one of those figures that I think is just phenomenal. Coming in at number 7, we have Teen Gohan, Super Saiyan who surpassed Goku. This figure is an amazing little figure. I haven't reviewed this one, surprisingly. I actually have not reviewed him. I don't know why. He is really good. Once again, the same thing as Krillin. He's really small, so that actually allows him to get a good amount of accessories. He has a soft goods cape, which I don't have on him. He has a different head sculpt with flowing hair. He has, like, 5 different faces. All of the hands necessary. The only thing that this guy has that's really bad is a hip issue that constantly causes him to break. It's figure to figure. It's random, I believe, so there's a chance that yours can do it. I don't know if mine is. I have looked at it to make sure, and it doesn't seem as if he's going to do it, but I'm not 100 on that. Obviously, it could do it at any moment. The hips just explode. And that's basically his issue, because otherwise, This is a really good figure, and I think if you're into the Dragon Ball, much like Krillin, yeah, you have to own this. It's just one you genuinely have to get. He's really good, and this one actually is from this year, so there is that at least. I think Jiro is as well. But this is genuinely a really amazing figure just for all of the stuff it comes with. And yeah, I mean, that's him. So let's get on to number 6. So coming in at number 6, we have Naruto SH Figuarts from Naruto Shippuden, Sasuke Uchiha. And yeah, he is great. He is probably my favorite. Was probably my favorite. There's 2 that definitely are opposing him at the moment. One being his brother, one being his kind of sensei of sorts. So that's a little weird. But he is a great figure nonetheless. Accessories are phenomenal. The only thing he has going against him is he doesn't come with enough faces. Again, a lot to ask for because there's just so many variations. It's just the fact that he has so many different eyes. You do get every type of eye I'm pretty sure he has. You get the Rinnegan eyes. You get the manga kill eyes. You get the regular Sharingan eyes. You get the basic just without Sharingan eyes. You get all of the different variations. It's just he has all the generic faces. You know, your regular stern face, your regular stern face but with a Sharingan, the teeth grit face with the manga kill. You then get the Rinnegan on the yelling face. And the sword, it's great. The articulation on the figure is great. The little kind of rubber part down here doesn't really obscure anything. It is really, really good. And I think he's a genuine must-get. And he's one of the best in the Naruto line, in my opinion. Coming in at number 5, we have Gohan from Dragon Ball Super Hero. This is the only basic figure to make it on the list. That's a little insane, if I'm being honest, but yep, he's the only one. And it's just that he's such a good figure, if I'm being honest. He's amazing. The only thing that this figure has against it is out of the box, he does not come with enough. He comes with 2 alternate faces, where most figures come with 3. He only comes with 2 other sets of hands. There's a 2 or 3, I don't remember exactly. But it's not a lot, if I'm being honest. Most of his accessories come with other figures from the superhero line, including the guy's leg you're seeing right there, which is the head sculpt he has. He doesn't have that head out of the box. That is the one that comes with Gamma 1, and that's just how that works, unfortunately. He just comes with parts with everyone else. Does that matter? No, the figure on its own is still one of the best. Everything about him is great. The look of the figure, the articulation's great. It's a 3.0 body, so it moves really, really well. There's no issues, in my opinion, with him. He just looks great. The only thing is his accessories that he comes with out of the box is really lackluster. That's kind of what holds him back. And again, for $35 USD, you are not going to regret picking him up. You just aren't. He is an amazing figure, and Gohan somehow made it twice. And coming in at number 4, we have Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. This figure is here. He is one of the ones I broke. Keep that in mind. I broke this guy. Technically, his arm's broken. I fixed it, but I broke his right arm when I first got him out of the box because I heard if you unpeg his arm and try to move it, yeah, it doesn't go too well. So don't unpeg his arms, put the crossed arms on. It's a trap. And yes, he's holding up Goku Blue's body, but that's just there because why not? I didn't want to unpose him again, and he is in this pose already, so it made sense to just leave it at that point. He looks great. His articulation's phenomenal. He does have his issues, like I said, with that arm problem. If it's not pegged in exactly how it's supposed to, it's gonna break. And most likely, it won't peg in exactly how it's supposed to. He comes with great accessories, though. The effect part for holding up Goku is phenomenal. I know you can't really see it on camera there, but he comes with a hand that has pretty much the bangs that connect to the head. His flaming fist, he comes with a translucent orange fist that also barely works because it's just hard plastic and it just doesn't work. He does have some of the best aspects of the line that I wish more figures had, which is the head swap with the kind of like larger kind of peg head where it like unpegs. I can see if I can show that off here. Like this type of head. That type of head there is my favorite type because it's just so easy to swap comparatively to the other ones. I'm going to fix that, don't worry. I know it looks a little funny. But he also has double ball-jointed wrists, which are great, and he just has everything correct. And I wish more figures were like him, and he could have been higher, but there's just some better guys than him. He really could have been higher. And starting off the top 3, we have Cell, first form. And this figure is immensely good. He is so good. Everything about this guy is amazing. The sculpting on this figure is good. The accessories he comes with is great. The look of him is impeccable. He is just an amazing figure. The only thing is his wings fall off. And yes, mine only has one wing on. That's why he's kind of just facing that one way, if I'm being honest with you. But he definitely, this is as high as he got. I was initially going to put him at like 8, and I was like, what am I doing? He's genuinely one of my favorites. He's just such a good-looking figure. The tail, with all of the articulation it has, is phenomenal. Just everything about him is great. The colors, just the sculpting. All of the black dots being sculpted is awesome. That's the craziest part, is that this is all sculpted on detail. It's insane. But that is him. He's number 3. So now we have 2 figures left. And, well, one of them might be an easy guess, but maybe not the other one. And coming in at number 2 is the Gammas. Now, I know I'm just showing Gamma 2. We're going to have pictures, obviously, of all of them. But, yeah, the Gamma mold is genuinely amazing. And it goes for both. It just goes for both, if I'm being honest. So the same thing, just with different head sculpts and some slightly different colors. That's it. That is your only difference. There's nothing more. They share this spot. I know it's just Gamma 2, but Gamma 1's here too. He's just with Gohan right now. He was there earlier. We've seen him. But they're the same thing. They're both amazing figures. They're really expensive, though. That's their only thing. And they're premium Bandai, which also sucks. But other than that, these guys are awesome. This mold is phenomenal. It moves incredibly well. As you can see, the pose I have this guy in is pretty good, honestly. It's one of my favorite poses I've even done. He just moves so well. He has all of the aspects that Jiren has. That's what helps him a lot. He has all of the aspects of Jiren. The capes are a little iffy, of course, but I don't really mind if it's plastic, because at the time, pretty much everyone had plastic capes. They only really started doing soft goods this year, it seems. And out of all of my figures, I have 2 that have them, and that's the Gohan and the Itachi. That is it. And as far as he goes, he's just impeccable. He's great. So is Gamma 1. Do I slightly like Gamma 2 more? Just a tad. I just prefer his head sculpt. I like the 2 fins opposed to the 1. That's just me, though. That's personal preference. Gamma 2 is an amazing figure, and so is Gamma 1. And if you can get them for a good price, I wholly recommend them. Anyway, on to number 1. I really wonder who it was this whole time. Number 1, it definitely was not going to be Kid Goku. Bulma's here as an accessory, kind of, just because that's how she's posed up with them. My favorite display I have in my whole collection is this little thing. I love this thing. It is great. It is a phenomenal figure. I don't even regret paying the price, even though I looked on Facebook Marketplace the other day and a guy was selling it for $40. Still there. I kind of want to get it. But I was like, you know what? I'll leave it for somebody else, because this thing is peak. This thing is... it's the most complete figure out of all of them. Doesn't miss an accessory. It comes with everything. It has a stand. It's just an impeccably good figure. There's nothing that is missed with this thing. It is genuinely one of the best figures in the entire line, in my opinion, and there's 2 different versions of it. But this one here, in my opinion, is the better one, just because of the Nimbus, and he has the smiling faces. The other one doesn't come with smiling faces, it only comes with serious faces, which that's not Kid Goku. Come on now, guys, we know that. He's always smiling. That's just Kid Goku. And he is genuinely a great figure. Bulma there is a great figure too, but she's not quite top 10 worthy, if I'm being honest. She might have been, like, top 20, though. She was actually really good, weirdly enough. Like, I don't know why. She's just super articulate. She's good, but she's not top 10 worthy. But that is basically it. So let's just get that in there. And that concludes the top 10 SH Figuarts of the year that I got. Not that released this year. And if we're being honest, yeah, this is the top 5. And... they're all great. Well, Sasuke's number 6, but he was down, so I just put him in. He is great. and so is everybody else. These are all must-get figures, honestly. They're just great. They're just an immense amount of goodness here. It's really hard to rank them. Like, honestly, I was really like, I don't know who's going where. And then in the end, I actually almost forgot Kid Goku. I was like, oh my god, that's number one. And I was like, I was like, I guess the Gammas take one. And I was like, oh no, they don't. Kid Goku. So Minato got eradicated from the list, even though he was going to be number 6. Sasuke took his spot. Oh well. But that is it. And this is not the last top 10 because we have to do Transformers as well. It's going to be a severed list because why not? And that is all for now. I want to thank you guys for watching and have a happy new year.